Hold on one second, you guys. Happy Tuesday to you guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Apostle T here. A lot of you guys know me as the Apostle with the Prophetic Edge. Some of you guys know me as thoughtsbyt, because that is the social media handle. What a day today has been. I'm out getting a little bit of a walk in. Trying to get my cardio in, you guys. I wanted to just kind of just share some things that God was sharing with me, and yeah, let that be it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to come back, you guys. It's been a day. I'll have to come back when I have more words to say, because I really what's up, Visha? I don't have words today, which is very, very odd, because usually God gives me the words to say. So he told me to come live. I wanted to just share some of the things that have been happening, and just let God flow from there. I don't know whose trailer this is, but I'm sitting on it. All right. So today has been a day. You ever you guys ever have you guys ever gone through something? I really want to walk to this swimming pool. Hold on one second, you guys. But have you guys ever gone through something to the degree where it just literally feels like it rips your heart out? Anybody ever gone through that, or dealt with such a blow, something that you were not expecting, that it just literally takes the breath out of you? That has been what today has felt like for me on so many levels. Really, this season, it has been a bit of a struggle. I've been in one of those odd places where it feels like no matter how hard you push, nothing is good enough. I've been in a place where you make a little bit of momentum, and right when you feel like things are good, boom, something else happens. And if I can be totally transparent, it's been very hard to focus, because I've been in one of those mindsets of just trying to preserve my faith and trying to hold on, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? And so today, you guys been talking about my dog, and how yesterday was the first day of her not wanting to walk, right? You guys know that the past year, that has been that's been where we are. That's what we've been dealing with. The cycles of getting better, and then it reverting back to the same thing of, honestly, her not being able to walk. And so I caught myself, before I moved here to this location, I caught myself getting ahead of the curve. Anybody ever heard that saying, you can see where something is going, and you try to take precautionary measures to ensure that it doesn't happen. So that has kind of been that was what I did before I got here. I noticed the signs and said, okay, let me go ahead and take you to the vet, so that I'm not dealing with a lame dog, right, while I am moving. So I don't have to carry a lame dog down 3 flights of stairs. So that was what we did. We took her to the vet, and The vet did, what she knew to do, gave her the steroids, which enabled for her to, not lose the ability to walk simply because of what she's been battling. And so, needless to say, it seems like it did not work. Hey, Andrea, it seems like it absolutely did not work, right? And so, that is what I've been dealing with. And so yesterday I reached out to the vet. She does house calls, but she also works at, the Banfield, the little PetSmart clinic. And so, hold on one second, you guys. I'm about to sit down so I can get this out. I want to show you guys. Well, he says it's not necessary. It's a very nice setup to just kind of sit and chill. Hold on one second. And they got fans going. Praise the Lord. Okay. So that was, yesterday. The vet pretty much told me, okay, I have a busy day, so I'm going to call you back either yesterday or this morning. Long story short, you guys, I did not hear back from the vet, and so I reached out to her today because my dog was not any better, right? And so, in so many words, I'm waiting for her to reply. And she basically tells me, as a general practitioner, I've done all that I know how to do. I can refer you to a specialist, and then, pretty much I can't help you. I've done all that I know how to do to help you. And it's like in that moment, I felt like my heart ripped out of my chest, because I'm like, what do you do when it seems like your faith is not working? Anybody ever been there where it's like, God, not only have I done all that I know how to do, right? But, the situation before me, like my faith is not working, is not changing it. Anything that I do is bringing me the absolute same result, like nothing is shifting. How many people have ever been there? Let me pause my watch. How many people can say that like you've been there? I think, to a certain degree, we all have dealt with one of those situations where it's like, Lord, I'm trying to exercise my faith. I'm trying to keep pushing, and I had a breakdown. I had tried to, work out. I've been in a state where even though so much is happening, even though I feel pressure on every single side, I've been in a mindset of, doing what I can do and letting God do the rest. And so this morning, I had an entire, breakdown, because I felt like, Lord, not only does it feel like my faith is not working, but when I pray to you, you ain't saying nothing. Why have you forsaken me? Anybody ever felt like God has left you, dealing with something that is too much for you to handle, left you, dealing with something that, with a situation where it seems like there is no resolve? Like this morning, I woke up and that was my first question to God, Lord, why have you forsaken me? Meaning, why are you allowing me to go through this? Do you not see me calling on you? Do you not see me asking for help? Do you not see me clinging, right? Do you not see me opening up my mouth, right? And asking, why am I not receiving the answers? Why am I not receiving the breakthrough? Why am I not getting the miracle? Anybody ever been there? This was me. I had enough. I'm like, Lord, my fight is not working. Me holding on doesn't seem to be working either. Let me be sure ain't no bug on me, you guys. And so that was kind of my mindset at the time. Lord, it ain't working. What else do I do? You're not telling me what to do with my dog. And so, he allowed me to have that emotional moment of feeling like I could not go any further, feeling like, what is the use? I'm going to be real. Sometimes you can deal with something so heavily and it'll make you question every area of your life. It'll make you question the validity of every other thing that God has you doing in a season. This situation had me questioning Lord, why is it so hard right now? Why is the struggle the way that it is right now? Do I need to just, get a job? What can I do to shift some of this pressure off of me? Because it's nobody likes pressure. And when you're under pressure in every single area, or when you've been dealing with a certain type of pressure for an extended period of time, like it is normal. It is human nature to look for a way out, to look for a way to relieve the pressure. Am I making sense? Give me a one if I'm making sense. And so like the past month, I've been like in a state of like looking for ways to try to like relieve the pressure. And it's like I have been coming up at a dead end. I'm like, Lord, I'm on the job website and everything is just like, no, 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 no. And so it's literally been like I've been in a position where like I have no choice but to stand. I have no choice but to trust God. Have no choice but to, count on God to do the thing that he said that like he was going to do. And I'm gonna be real, like it is frustrating it's frustrating sometimes when God doesn't let you get away from the pressure, when he doesn't let you run away from the circumstance, when he doesn't let you run away from being uncomfortable. Like it is frustrating. It will anger you. Like this morning, I was angry. I was upset. And I think a lot of times we don't understand why God won't let us run away from what's pressuring us. We don't understand why God won't let us run away from like certain circumstances, certain struggles. And so we get upset when we try it our way and he blocks it. And so I was feeling all of those ways. And the Lord really began to deal with my heart about like, not even just faith, not really even faith, but he began to deal with my heart like, in two areas. The first thing that he told me concerning my dog, because it's like he's been giving me visions of like me sleeping and her just me waking up and like she's like up on her feet, like walking. And so he told me this. The first thing he told me was, he said, I'm working. Even though you can't see it, I am working. And I think, that's what makes us freak out the most is like the moments where we can't pinpoint God working, the moment where like we don't see how he's making a way, the moment where we don't see the magic behind the miracle, the magic behind the breakthrough. Like it makes us feel like he's not moving at all. And so the first thing that he told me was, even though you can't see what I'm doing in your dog, trust that I know what it is and that I'm working in her body. I'm going to say it again because that is a whole word for like some of us that are waiting. And these are situations where it's like you look at it, the situation looks dead. You look at it, it seems like nothing is happening. You look at it and you may even say, Apostle, it seems like it's getting worse. And that is the truth of the matter. God never slumbers, right? And so it's like in that moment, I knew what he was ultimately telling me was, child, you have no choice but to trust me. I knew that in that moment, what God was saying is you have absolutely no choice. It reminded me so much of my wilderness because in that season, people only saw the struggle. They only saw the things, the fact that my bills were behind and I had different setbacks, right? But no one saw the moments, right, where I'm actively trying to get out of the situation and God is just literally blocking it. And he led me to like thinking about that. He said, even in that season when I had you stuck for a reason. I'm going to say it again. He told me, he said, even in that season of your life, that wilderness, you felt stuck. You were upset because you were stuck. People judged you because they looked at you and saw that you were stuck. But the Lord told me I had you stuck for a reason. And then he followed it up with saying, like, you made a commitment to me. You gave me a solid yes. And so it's like at the moment of me making God that solid yes, he met my solid yes with a yes from himself. I pray that I'm making sense. So it's like the moment that like we really say, God, I'm really going to trust you in this area and we really mean it. Those are the moments where God honors that. He honors that, and he honors it sometimes by keeping us, by allowing us to face certain situations that otherwise, if he wouldn't make us face it, we would never, ever face it. And so that was the first part of the revelation that God gave me, is that one, he's working even though we can't see it because he doesn't sleep. The second part of like the first thing that he told me was that, when you get to a place where you feel stuck, we always have to go back to like our prayers. What did we ask God for? What area did we give him a solid yes in? And so it's like if he's making you face something, it is for a reason. If you really gave God a wholehearted and a sold out yes, to doing something in your life, trust that sometimes him responding to that solid yes means you got to face X, Y, and Z. You got to go through X, Y, and Z in order to see that I'm faithful. I pray that I'm making sense. And so, in a sense, that was what the Lord was telling me about my dog, about that situation. It's pretty much one of those things where I have no choice but to wait on God. I have no choice but to be patient. And I think, a lot of times the things that we face in our processes are the things that traumatized us. They are things that traumatized us in the past. God knows, even this area with my dog, it is traumatic. It is a very traumatic experience, being that I watched her brother die. I watched her brother. He was a pup. I watched him die. I had PTSD from that. I'm just going to be real. Like, it scarred me because I had never had that happen. And so it's like God was dealing with me that although this situation mirrors it, it is ultimately not the same. And so today he's been dealing with me about giving him a chance, waiting, being patient, and trusting that no matter how bad certain circumstances look, that ultimately the one that is in full control of it all is God. And so that has kind of been where I've been at on today. He gave me a strategy because she'll eat. Big girl will eat, but she will not drink that water. So I had to go and get a medicine dropper and give her water. So I've been giving her water almost every hour on the hour. And honestly, this was something that I had to do with her brother. It reminds me of that, but it's not the same, but it reminds me of that. And it's like in that situation back then, I was believing God for a miracle, and that miracle didn't come. Not with him, not with the puppy that I lost. And so it's like having to go through something that resembles that. It makes me feel like the same thing is going to happen. I don't care what nobody say. When you know that like you go over and beyond, like in believing God for a situation and seeing him like move in your life, and it still doesn't work out, like it traumatizes you. Like it really, like it scars you. I pray that I'm making sense. Like it scars you in any area of your life. Yes, I'm talking about my dog, but that's an area that traumatized me. It may be finances. It may be living arrangements. It may be relationships. It may be something else for you. But I think we all got that story where we went over and beyond and we just knew that God was going to perform a miracle, and boom, it did not happen and we got let down, right? And so that was how I was feeling today. I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling vexed. I was feeling weighed down. I was feeling like throwing in the towel today. I was just feeling like, why am I even here, God? Why am I even on earth? And that's just me being vulnerable. Like, that was how I was feeling. Like I saw no purpose. What's the purpose of this if I'm a struggle my entire life? What's the purpose of this if you're not going to help me out, God? Like, that was how I was feeling. That was really like how I was feeling. Like, why am I even here? Why you even got me here? If life is going to be this hard for me, why? And so that was what God shared with me. When you're in a situation that makes you feel stuck, your only option is faith. Even when it seems like your faith is not moving, the truth of the matter is that we can't see what God is doing, behind the scenes. And so that's kind of where I am, today. I'm grateful for the fact that, it's not hot here. I could go out and get a walk. It's been one of those seasons, though. It has been one of those seasons. And so that's kind of where I have been today. That's kind of been, it was hard for me to even do a broadcast. If you guys go back to the beginning, like I was about to just say, I'm not doing this broadcast right now because I had no words. And honestly, I don't think it was not having any words, but it was not seeing the value in being vulnerable in front of people, in front of the world. And so that's kind of been where my mindset has been, like almost getting to the point where I don't want to share my struggles. I don't want to share, I've become ashamed of them. I pray that I'm making sense. I don't know if you guys have ever like felt that way. Something that God has you going through and you know it's God, like it just makes you ashamed. It just feels, I don't know. So that's kind of where I am right now. That is it. And so that was what he wanted me to share. So that's it, you guys. That is it. To those people that feel led to sow, you just let God move. If he doesn't lead you to sow, I don't have any type of negative emotions about that or negative feelings about that. Believe God wanted me to just share and update you guys on like my situation and like where I have where I've been. I'm a little bit emotional today still. But that is it. And so until next time, y'all. Peace.